Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Boerma Institute. My name is Mike Boerma, for those of you who don't know me yet. Today we're doing something different. We had a poll last month and a couple of options were in there, and one of the options that won was Dutch master style painting. It's the first time for me. I've never done anything like it before. So I did some research. Well, I have some examples that I'm going to use sort of as a guide for me as to what it looks like, what we should do, what we should pay attention to. So we have this picture here. You can see that the tulips are very open. They're in a very late stage of their growth. There's fruits in there, vegetables in there. There's butterflies. I don't have any butterflies, unfortunately, but I do have some other cool props. And what's interesting is that back in the day, these masters, they would paint all these flowers in different seasons. So back in the day, all these Dutch masters, they would take a flower vase and put in some tulips and make sure that they're blooming perfectly, paint them. Then maybe months later, some other flower would be in season and they would paint that, etc., etc. And usually these designs would be requested by rich Dutch people that would want to show off their awesome things. Tulips at that time would cost more than a house during the tulip mania period. So, what do we have here? Just a couple of hours ago, I went to a thrift shop. Wow, that's a difficult word to say for a Dutch guy. I have this one, which has the classical Dutch stealth blue handle on it. Then it's a big old copper pot. Inside the pot, there is a plastic container. And then I took some plastic sheet over it, and then I put in 5 biodegradable Oasis bricks so that I can easily work in there. I could also work with chicken wire and then put the flowers in that way, but that would be tricky with the copper pot because having the water in there, it would cause some kind of chemical reaction, so I would try to avoid that. Then for the flowers itself, I have Nepenthes, which is a carnivorous plant, and it's actually one of my favorite plants. I really love it. I think it's super beautiful. And I have some Ripsalis, which can be nice and hanging, so I have different materials with different attributes. So these are hanging materials, so I will have them droop down, and some materials I have long and thin, they will go up. Then I have these beautiful dried artichoke. I put them on wires, a double leg, and on the plant they grew like this. They were going down and then were growing up again, so I want to replicate that situation in the vase, so I will do it like this. So lovely Nepenthes.
I also have a question.
Yeah.
What was that big round thing you just put in the arrangement?
Yes, a knolselderij. Is that what is that in? Celeriac. Wow. So I put that in for the color and for the interesting texture and the shape. It has these wonderful spots and everything, and the color will come back in other elements as well. So that's why I have it in there. So this is some very interesting leaf. Begonia leaf. So I'm just building a base with calm materials on which I can build further upon later in the design. So, and make it come back over here, like that. What do we have more? I have some beautiful fritillaria, and I'm cutting them off very short, but they're leftovers. I'm just doing this by feeling, not by repetition, as I've never done anything like this before. Such a nice, interesting movement this one has. And when I look at those Dutch master painting designs, I feel like they're always very full. A lot of materials going in there. I'm going to replicate that. There's going to be a lot in this design, but I don't want too much fillers with leaves, so I'm taking off some of the leaves. And the color palette is a little bit gloomy or dark. So this is another material from Frederik. He left it here, and otherwise it would completely die. And I love the color. Yes, over here I have a lot of vegetables and fruits. That is perfect for an arrangement like this. Of course, the Dutch masters would always use them. Beautiful big grapes. They have some capucijnsers, we call it in Dutch. Sort of beans, and I think they pickle them in the Netherlands.
Capuchins. Capuchins.
Capuchins?
I think some, yeah.
Okay, capuchin beans. Anyway, lovely.
Wow.
Let's introduce another color. I have now in there a lot of dark purple colors, but I have used other elements that are not dark and purple. so I'll make it come back. I have some lovely Celosia.
A question from Taiwan.
Yes.
Is the floral design inspired by, I think, paintings? Usually more one-sided?
Well, yes. I think officially it is one-sided. The painting is only made from one side. But I think if you are making something like this for an event, that you should consider all the angles. But today I'm making it, of course, for the live stream, so I'll make it a little bit more one-sided too. You want to avoid having the same colors too much too close together, because then you get things that look like one big blob of color. The first impact probably that people see when you're looking at your design is the color.
Wow.
Then I have some beets. Look at how cool they are. They have such a nice color. Maybe we have that come back on that side, and I'll put them on sticks. That's interesting. I'm repeating kind of the movement that's going on there. Lovely grapefruit. They have orange, they have a little bit of the beige, and they have a little bit of reddish pinkish color, which is also in there. So this is what I was talking about. If you want something to last for a long time, you're not going to use this type of thing, right? But I'm using it for just one photo and just one live stream. And I like it for the color. So, pop of color there. Smells great. Let's put in some apples. We got a question, Angelica.
Well, not a question, but Anna Grigorenko says, kinda getting hungry now. Grapes look delicious.
Right, they're amazing. Some beautiful purple roses. A trick I saw from Amy Nicole. She does it like this. I only know that if you want to open your roses, you blow into them. Yes, the microphone. I'm sorry, I hope the microphone didn't blow up. And some other people do like this, but I think if you touch the petals too much, the bacteria from your hand, they go onto the petals and then they start to rot a little bit faster. So I prefer not to do that. Some lovely roses.
Question from Taiwan. So flowers usually used for this kind of design are bigger with stronger impact?
Actually, yes, that's a good way to put it. We got something else left over from last week. It's a Protea and it has a lovely curve. So orange there, orange back over here. We have some other interesting ones. We have this beautiful Matiola. And if I look at this place here, I feel like I can use some more materials. So let's put some Matiola in there, some Anthurium. So I want this one to have a bit more, not so much of a straight movement, so I'm bending them.
Felicia says, Mike is looking so good. I think the master Dutch painters are envious because it looks much better than in the paintings.
Thank you very much. Yes, no, yes. So like that. Now we get some tall Scabiosa go in here.
Connie says Mike can take beautiful photos, so it will look like a Dutch painting too.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. This is a nice pomegranate, and that's really one of the classical fruits that you see in these designs a lot, right? So let's put in some pomegranate. I don't know where, but we will put some pomegranate in there. Yeah, so the pomegranate cut open. I think I should have it on the side where there's already pomegranate.
S. Javeri says, Dutch painting comes to life. Mike, you do justice to the Dutch master painting works.
Thank you very much. That's too kind. Thank you. Then, what I also have is some tubes on wire. And I have this for this specific purpose. The stems of this Begonia are a little bit short, and I want them longer in the design than it's possible. So I have to work them in like this and elongate them like so. And now suddenly we can go a lot more outside without interrupting the shape too much. Then some more color. Beautiful dianthus, and that brings in some light color again to the design. Angelica.
Yes, question from Amo. Is the black part of the container part of the base, or is it a separate part?
Thank you for asking. Yes, the black part of the container is not part of the design even. It's just something to elevate the container. Later on I want to put some nice tablecloth under it, and I want to have some movement go down a little bit more. So if I have it flat on the table, that's not really possible. So that's why I did that.
Amo says, for how long would an arrangement like this last, considering the fruits that are already cut up?
The cut open fruits, they ruin the design pretty fast. The gases would make the flowers last less long. So that's why I would say if you are making this for an event, well, an event only lasts one day, it should probably not matter too much. But if you are making this for an event that lasts a bit longer, then don't cut up open the fruits, because I think that takes off some serious time of the lifespan of the flowers.
Yeah, well, or be prepared to exchange all the flowers and fruits.
Yeah.
So the fruits, one thing that they will do is dry out, the ones that are cut open. But for the rest, like a whole day, that would be fine.
Yeah.
And be ready for insects.
Yes. You cannot have an arrangement like this without tulips. They're a little bit on the short side, but they are beautiful. Oh yes, and I have, my mother's reminding me, but you have the tubes. Yes, that's very true. So I can make them longer.
James Malloy says,
Hey James.
Perfect tulips, little dancers.
Yeah, right. When I do something on one side, I want to repeat it on the other. Oh my god, this one is so big and lovely. Very nice. Yes, what a beauty. Yeah, that's nice. Yes, oh, yeah. Well, I was talking about this Floral Fundamentals grower before. It's Willem Brouwer from Carnations Gloriosa. Really amazing Gloriosa this man grows. I did an interview with him. You can see it already on our channel, Grower Talk. We call these videos. And they actually used these Gloriosa for the royal wedding. So, popping in this bright color. Make it come out to the front. Some berries. Hypericum would be a repetition of the grapes.
Are you also going to use the Ranunculus?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. Last flower, right?
Yes, last flower. These beautiful Ranunculus butterfly. They're a new variety of Ranunculus, and they have a beautiful effect.
Pete says, Ranunculus butterfly from Monarch Flowers?
Yes, correct. Thank you, Pete.
Taiwan says, this work is so rich and beautiful.
Thank you very much.
So Sue says, I love those Ranunculus. They have such a botanical feel to it.
Amazing,
really
huh?
adds the golden age design.
Ooh, yes.
Really
Thank
adds
you.
to the golden
Thank
age
you.
design.
So a little bit of a tablecloth on there. I just want to show you something. Holy crappers. That's heavy. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Whew. All right, so then this is that design finished. I'll take a picture of it later and everyone can check it out. And yes. Yeah, lovely, because there's such a beautiful color in here. So that was this design. I'm gonna move this out of the way together with Axel. And then we're moving on to the next design. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. And a special thank you to our patrons for helping to make these videos possible. Again, thank you very much and see you in the next video.